Well, I'm down cutting wood today, though deer season opened this weekend. Friday at noon it opened. But we got a storm coming in, and this place where I'm cutting is in a kind of an awkward spot to get in and out of. So I kind of like to do this without the roof on. So that's what I'm up to today. And also, you get a little snow on this stuff, and she can be hard pulling. Because what I'm doing here is pulling these big tree tops out from the stream bottom. I can get down there with a chain, drag them up the hill onto this flat spot, and then cut them. And that works pretty good. That's all good solid oak. But, like I say, once it gets soft, it's going to be tough going. Once you get it doesn't take much snow on these leaves, and I can't get good traction. But it's working good right now. And we've got a storm coming in. It sounds like there's something that's off the coast of Alaska that they're already giving warnings about for here. So I figured, no, it'd be a good time to do it. But like I say, deer hunting is on. And I actually, early this morning, my dogs started barking. And, they're not too particular. They bark at almost anything. But they watched, there's a stream bottom much like this right by my place. And they watched that pretty close. They started barking. By the time I got out there, I didn't see anything, but they kept looking. So I figured, okay, something went through. So I went sneaking around. I grabbed that 98, and I went sneaking around and figuring, okay, I know where they're going to come through, whatever it was. Well, eventually, I was sitting back over here a ways. Eventually, they come through, but it was 3 does. But, if you see 3 does, you don't get too much in a hurry because something could be coming right after them. So I was waiting around a while, watching them. They were just monkeying about 150 yards out. But I had that 98, and I thought, okay, I'll just take the safety off, because I had that. There was one in the chamber, and I had it on safety. This is the Argentine. But it's a very similar safety. So I thought I'd take that safety off, and when I went to move that safety, it made a click. And like I said, they were 150 yards off, but they all of a sudden, boom, right at me. They knew right where I was. So it makes me think that's not the best gun to use for these sort of things. It's not, it's hard to do it. If you're very, very careful, you can get rid of most of the click, but there's a click there. And that's all it took. They didn't run off or anything. But they knew I was there. They knew something was there. They kept looking at me. So now I'm out cutting wood, and I thought, well, I'll bring. The 98 is a fairly heavy gun to lug around, and easier to carry as this Argentine. So I brought that along with me. And there's one thing I really like about this Argentine that you can't do in a lot of other guns. I have nothing in the chamber, but I have 5 in the magazine. You can actually put 5 in and close the bolt on an empty chamber. You can't do that on all of them. It just makes it a little bit safer, and then I don't have to monkey with that safety. And I think, I swear to God, I could put one into the chamber quieter than I can flip that safety off. But it made me think that's something I really like about my lever guns, because I'm into the habit of, I'll leave them on half cock, but when I put them on full cock, I don't just click it back, or you get that snick, when it goes onto the full cock. As I'm pulling the hammer back, I always pull the trigger at the same time. Now, in theory, this would maybe be slightly dangerous because you're actually, if you slipped off the hammer, you could let one go. But usually in that position, you're getting ready to shoot. But I like that because you can do that completely soundlessly. There's no click, there's no nothing. Much easier than to try to do this. You can do that by pulling that trigger and easing that hammer back and then letting the trigger out. You can do it without making a sound. because just that clicking going off safety, they heard that. And it don't take much, because that's a very unnatural sound, that metal click. But I thought it's a good reason to keep using my lever guns. Though, like I say, I like this, is so light and easy to carry around, and I do like that I can carry it without one in the chamber, so all I have to do is run the machine. Because I don't really like safeties of any sort. I don't like monkeying with them. It's one of the reasons I don't really care for bolt guns, because you end up doing it. You have to use the safety. It's just another variable in there that I don't like. I much prefer a hammer gun, But also a lot quieter. But I do like this gun. But I like that you can put 5 in a magazine and close the bolt. So you could actually have 1 in the chamber and 5 in the magazine. Though why you would need to do that. But like I say, you can't do that on all of them. I don't think I can even do that on that 98. There, when you get the, it says magazine holds 5, yeah, until you close the bolt. Then the magazine only really holds 4. Well, I can get back to my wood cutting. I've got a lot more of that crap I got to drag out of that bottom ground there. Because at least if I can get it drug up here, I'll cut these. I got a bunch cut up laying here. But to get them up on a flat piece here, I got a better chance of getting at them. Because otherwise I got to cut them down there and drag them up. That's no good. Better drag them up in one piece and get out of the brambles. But I got enough time to get one full load on the chick bag. Though I always got to be careful to not fill her too full right behind me, because I have to go down a kind of a slope on the way out of here. And the last thing I need is about 10 of them coming down on my head. So I have to load her kind of carefully. But it works good. And she'll drag, something this big.